Y'all, special day today. We are out here at campus, which has a stocked trout creek next to it. I did not get to go out on Saturday for opening day of trout, and then obviously yesterday was Easter. Today is my opening day of trout, and I'm bringing you guys along. Yeah, we got 3 rods in here. We got the waders, got the net, got the bag, all that stuff, and we got you guys. So we are gonna get rocking and rolling, get everything unpacked, get the waders on, and we are gonna get down to the creek, which is right over there. Down in those trees there's a creek. You guys have seen me fish here before. In the summer months I came here in the beginning of fall semester here at college, and we caught a couple smallmouth, a couple sunfish, that sort of stuff, a couple rock bass, but now we're going for trout. Let's see what we can do. They stock this whole section, so should be a good time. There's the rods. Oh yeah, we got people in here. Yeah, happy Easter. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Will and Mark, awesome moderators, and Will's an awesome member of the channel. Will, did you get out for opening day? Or yesterday? Anything? I have not been out for trout yet, but we're going out right now. So. Okay, do that. Put this down here. Hey, Rod. Oh. So it might be a little windy today. I don't have a windsock yet again because I stink. I forgot. Put that right there. Oh, that one's filled with water. Great. That one's filled with water. I don't know why. Okay. We got to deal with that then. Oh, that's wonderful. Luckily, I have an extra pair of socks, so we'll just deal with it right now, and then we'll get new socks later. Oh, that one has water too. Why the heck does this have water in it? Upcoming weekend for the meetup. Awesome. Are you gonna make it, Will? Guys have any luck?
No, we were only there for like 10 minutes though.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple people down there. I'm gonna go check by the leisure area.
Fair enough.
They got they got one guy fly fishing down there by the downstream.
Gotcha.
I tell you what though, over there in Reading in the city, I don't know if you know the area.
Yeah.
So down there by the end of 6th Street, where like they got that little factory, the overpass, the bypass through the city or whatever. Right there, the other night I tried this. You got my phone on me? Yeah, I got my phone on me. Man, look at this smallmouth bass I caught just the other night. I mean, first 5 minutes I was there. Yeah, check this out. This one right here. It's actually the largest smallmouth bass I've caught in quite some time.
Oh, that's a nice one, man.
Dude, that's a big fish right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw him back, but that was a good one right there. That was a good catch. You see, he's like,
Yeah, no, he's good size.
1.5 of my shoes. My shoes about a foot. So
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's a pretty big one.
There you go.
All right, man. What are you doing? You do YouTube?
Yeah.
What's your channel?
It's called Mission Discover.
Mission Discover. I'm gonna look it up.
All right, man. Thank you. Bob's coming to get you. Heck of a guy, that Bob. Sorry about the wind, y'all. Alright, we're gonna tool around Sorry about the wind, y'all. No, we'll go down over here. We'll start over here. We'll move as needed. We might be a little bit more shielded from the wind over here as well. So that's not a bad move. Start down here. We'll bop around. We got a couple hours. Hey Travis, how's it going? We are getting out for the very first day of my trout fishing season. Having any luck today? Nothing yet? So nobody seems to have caught anything in this spot yet today. But they don't know what's going to hit them with the Mission Discovery Smackdown. I don't know. We're going to see what we can do. Alright, we're going to go right here. Start with the spinner. we are gonna get we're gonna possibly go down to the other side there. I'm just thinking about where they could be. They like that current for sure. They would like that current, at least in my mind. So we're gonna go over there. If you get to a spot and don't have confidence in it, it's probably not. Like, you can fish it for a little bit, but you don't want to stay there. There's a lot to be said for confidence. Because if you have confidence, you're going to stay on it on every cast. And if you're on it on every cast and one hits, then you'll actually be ready to set the hook and be in the zone. There's a lot to be said for that. People don't talk about that enough. All right, work our way down over here. Hey, Skeeter, how's it going? Whoa. River fishing tonight. There you go. Thanks, Skeeter. Must be a cold one. Yeah. Gonna rig up something on the ultralight. Alright, y'all. We got trout magnet jig head, Old Faithful, and we're gonna go with a cast cray trout worm in orange and white. I think they call it the creamsicle, which I guess makes sense. Hey J-Mac, how's it going? Going for some trout. Troutinos. Alright, we're gonna re-rig and then move spots. Hey, Okte Hasiev. I'm trying my best with that name, but alright, we're gonna re-rig. We're gonna head to the other side. We might, we might end up moving spots here shortly. Like overall. A lot of people said that they haven't had any luck here today. Rig up the same thing. Pack up, move to the other side. There's a nice little palm pocket or two over there that we will try. And then, depending on how that goes, we might end up moving downstream or upstream. Yeah, upstream. There's a covered bridge, which they stock at the covered bridge. So we might go there. I know people have luck there, but I wanted to stay away from the crowded spots unless we need to go there, which we might end up needing to go there, so. That is the thing about stock trout fishing, is in early season, while in most fishing scenarios you want to go where people aren't, where there's less pressure, sometimes the fish just are where all the people are because that's where they actually stock them. They haven't moved yet. Late season you need to figure out where they're holding, where there still are leftover stockies, but in early season they're just where they put them, so. All right, y'all, make a move across the creek. All right, there we go. All right, make a move across. Fish that spot. If we can't get any in either of these two sections across the creek, then we're gonna move to the covered bridge area, because this is right in the middle of a stretch that they stock, and usually when they say they stock a stretch, they actually dump most of them in one spot. So this might not be the spot where they are. And I do know that they actually stock directly at that bridge at the other spot, so it might be worth going there. We'll see. We have limited time, which makes this kind of like a high stakes mission, because I can't just fish until I catch one. So if we don't get one in the next couple hours, we're not gonna get one. All right, y'all. Fish in this little pocket. There's a pocket right on the other side of this bridge that we're gonna fish. And then we'll try another spot if this one doesn't work. All right, right here. All right. right there. Let me know what the camera quality is looking like for y'all. I just saw a drop off in viewership, which could mean nothing, could also mean that my camera quality went to crap, so I don't know. One more cast in here, try the other spot. Anything yet? Just arrived to college campus for general chemistry class at 11 a.m. Nothing yet, not even a bite. So we are considering moving spots here in a moment. There's another spot downstream that is pretty good. We're gonna fish like one more little hole, which is like a couple yards down the way. It's literally right around the bend. And once we try that, we will determine where we're going. If we catch something here, then we'll stay, but gonna give it a little bit of time, and then if nothing happens, we're moving. All right, this is the zone I want to be in. All right, I'm gonna try the spinner again. Yeah, you got it, Will. Alright, y'all, we are gonna switch up to the trout worm on the jig head, fish that for a couple minutes, and then if nothing happens, we are going to move spots. I might take a couple casts from on the bridge down below, just because as we're walking out, but we're probably going to end up being upstream a ways in a minute or two. So. Alright, I lost trout magnet number 2, so I'm going to make a move. Alright. Cool. Alright, we are going to get up to the truck. Bear with me, y'all. Sorry about that. We're going to get up to the truck. We are going to move to the other spot. Morning.
Hi. Catch anything?
Not yet. Moving spots. Young Christian 1440 says hi. Well, hello there. We are going to get up to the truck, make a 3-minute jaunt down the road to the covered bridge. See what we can do there. I have more confidence there. 10:46. I need to be done around 1:15 or so. So we got time. We got plenty of time. Still got over 2 hours. 2.5 hours-ish. Morning. Moving on up to the truck. I can see my truck. Sorry, y'all. Probably hasn't been the most entertaining live so far today, but we are moving to a new spot with high hopes. Might actually be worth going down here for a couple minutes. Let's do that. I'd be mad at myself if I didn't give it a chance and it ended up being really good. We'll flip you guys around so you're not just staring at my face. There we go. There's the turtle. Tully the turtle. Oh, well, there was a duck. Spooked him. Let's just try this a minute. With the spinner, go in there, see what we can do for just a moment. All right, y'all. Hey, Creed, haven't seen you in a while. It's just the beginning of stock trout season, so I'm out at my college campus today. They got a stock trout creek next to it, and I've got a 3-hour break in the middle of my day. So we're going for some trout. Love to go there with your fishing supplies. Oh, yeah. Are we on them this morning? Nah, not quite. Not yet, at least. So here's what we're going to do. It's nearly 11 o'clock, so I'm going to rig up my one rod with some power bait. Old faithful of stock trout fishing for a lot of people. I don't use it much anymore, but we're going to rig up a power bait rod, that being this rod, and we're going to go grab my lunch from the truck right there, and we're going to sit here and watch a power bait rod while we eat some lunch, because we need to get some food in me before my break's over. And yeah, Flathead ate all the trout down here. There you go. Hey, but flathead fishing year round is pretty nice. I haven't seen you in a live for a while, Creed. It's good to see you back. Let's rig up a power bait special. All right, let's rig this up real quick. Yeah, rock and roll. Flathead are more fun though. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I'm a species guy, so I'm not sure I could pick one, but 14 fish in your life, there you go. I've kept track since 2020. I average about 1,500 a year since 2020, and that's 6 years. So I'm probably right around 10,000 fish. That's my guess. 10,000 fish, something like that. My average number is slowly declining as I have more and more responsibilities and as I do more things. So I'd be surprised if I top 1,000 this year, but college classes online. Yeah. I'll have 1 online class next semester and 3 in person. Creed, what are you studying? I'm not sure I know what you're studying. Jeez. Too young for college? Yep. That's alright, it'll come. If that's what you decide you want to do. Technically still in high school, dual credit. Yeah. In December with associates in both science and art. Like general science associate's degree. Is that how that works? I'm on a bachelor track, so I have no idea how associate's tracks. Well, I know it's like you can use an associate to then move and continue on to a bachelor's, or you can keep an associate's, but I don't know if there's like more specificity in bachelor's, because I am on a track for bachelor's of mechanical engineering. That's what I'm doing. So, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. We're gonna do a speed run. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure the wind's not great. 2 little eggs. We're gonna cast this out and I am gonna run. I'm gonna sprint up to my truck and grab my lunch. Hopefully the rod doesn't go while we're away. You guys are gonna watch it for me. All right, I'm gonna run up to the truck. Currently taking biology 2, principles in economics. Gotcha. I will do nothing to alert you that a fish got it. Sounds good. Yeah, there is a big turtle behind me. It is it's a cultural thing. Oh, I think that's wind. Yeah, my line was doing something. So this creek that I'm fishing is called the Tupelhaken, and that behind me is totally the turtle. I'm not sure why they called it that. I'm not sure why it's a turtle, but that's what it is and why it's here. All right, I'm gonna sprint, go grab my lunch from the truck. I'll be back shortly. All right, we're back. Whew. Creed hates biology. Useless things. In my case, that's biology. Creed, do you have any idea, like, what your career is going to be? Six hours of school? Yeah, they could shorten it a little bit. I mean, school in general can be pretty important, but they could definitely shorten it a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna shorten the camera so I can see your chats while I'm sitting behind here. I'm gonna eat my lunch and we're gonna sit here and watch this rod for a while. half you could just search up to some extent, but they do have to teach you how to think. Yeah, I mean, there's problems with it, but ultimately it's a good thing. It's just not facilitated completely correctly. So, all right. Well, oh yeah, I made myself a roast beef sandwich. Professional fishing's main goal. Planning on fishing in college, getting some kind of degree in marketing. There you go. That's a heck of a goal, but I'm excited to see you do it. Creed's a good guy for anybody watching who doesn't know Creed. Good dude, fellow believer. Creed, you're a year younger than me, aren't you? Better than not having to work 8 to 10 shifts. I'd rather be, well, I mean, you do have to learn things to work, but I'd rather be making money doing stuff you don't want to do than not making money doing stuff you don't want to do. Homeschool student, school does not need to take 6 hours. That is true. 100% agree with that. But yeah. Turn 18 in June. I turn 19 tomorrow. So there you go. School's an unpaid 9 to 5. Yeah, kind of. I'm really enjoying college way more than I ever enjoyed high school and such. So, I mean, I'm on campus. I commute. It's 45 minutes from my house, so I'm out here. And I had a class this morning from 9 to 10, and then I've been out here fishing with you guys for an hour or so. And then when I'm done, go back to classes, finish out the day, go home. But yeah, I mean, I'm out here doing my stuff. The classes are actually what I want to do. I'm an engineering student, so all the classes I really enjoy. They're heavily engineering focused because I did a bunch of APs in high school and got all my gen eds pretty much knocked out even before I came. So I'm like right in the middle of a bunch of engineering coursework. I'm technically a second or third year student, even though I'm a freshman. And yeah, I mean, it's a good time. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. There's a great discipleship Christian community on campus that I'm a part of. It's awesome. I love it. And, you know, because it's college and not high school, and they don't have to abide by certain laws that were put in place back in like the 80s and 60s, 70s, and 80s. Like we can have an actual discipleship community where people can talk and it can be more free and open, whereas like I was part of a club in high school that was a Christian community, and it was good. It was student led, but you know, the school couldn't fund it because it was religious, so anything we did had to be either student funded or all these things, and none of the teachers could say anything. It had to be completely student led because the teachers legally were not allowed to say anything about religion or whatever. It was kind of dumb, but all that has gone away now that I'm in college, so that's pretty nice. Thank you, Creed. I really appreciate that. I'll put that towards tomorrow. Everybody from that discipleship community, we have a meeting tomorrow, and afterwards everybody goes to Chick-fil-A. I don't typically join in because I have to teach a trumpet lesson, but since it's my birthday, I took off. My girlfriend's gonna come. We're gonna go to dinner with everybody, and then we're gonna go get ice cream. And yeah, so I'll put that towards buying some Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches tomorrow, Creed. I appreciate that. Wind has calmed down a bit. So here's a question. Yeah, glad 70% of it will go to good use. We'll put 70% of that money towards some Jesus chicken. All right, here's a question. Sometimes, because I'm real busy, and some days I'm out on campus till like 7 at night, or I don't get home until 8 at night, rather. All that. My mom will make me a lunch, yeah, because I still live at home. So oh yeah, your mom makes your lunch. Well, sometimes, because I'm not there. I get home at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and she's like, all right, I packed your lunch. I'm like, oh, thank you, that's appreciated. She always goes a single layer. I made this sandwich this morning. I go 2 layers. So I go layer of roast beef, layer of cheese, layer of roast beef, layer of cheese. She only goes 1 layer, and I'm kind of disappointed. I feel like 2 layers is the way to go, man. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. Yeah, I turned 19 tomorrow. Yeah, I feel like you just taste a bunch of bread if you only do 1 layer. Plus, more protein's always a good thing. Right. Hopefully the wind isn't too terrible. The past 2 lives I've been out at campus for. We had an archery live the other day. I was shooting, and it was nice and windy, which was tough to shoot in, but it also made it a little bit weird on the audio at certain times. But I forgot my windsock, and I forgot my windsock today. And of course, the 2 lives I need it when I'm close to home, and I could just go grab it. It isn't windy, so. Jackson, that's not no obligation to do that. I appreciate it though. This rod seems to be doing a whole lot of nothing on the power bait. Once I'm done my food, at least most of my food, we'll pick up, we'll move, and we'll have a solid 2 hours down at the covered bridge before I gotta go back to class. And the class I'm going to is really like, it's a good class. The material is good. He just goes through it very, very slow. So missing the first couple minutes of class is not that big of a deal. But some classes it definitely would be. Not that one though. You got 30 likes? Yes, I did. It's kind of a slower live. We're an hour in. Usually I'd be at about 50 by now. But I'm not upset about that. The more I do YouTube, Creed can probably speak to this as well. He's a creator who has done quite a bit of stuff. Creed and I have always been pretty neck and neck in terms of our subscribers. Creed, I don't actually know where you are in terms of subscribers. I'm in the 1700s somewhere. Creed's always been pretty much in line with me. So Creed can speak to this too. Unless you're pretty big, some videos are just not going to do as well, and some are going to do better. And you can always go in the positive direction. You can trend upwards, but you're not going to like come up with a formula that makes every video do really well. It's just not going to happen. You've got to be okay with the ebbs and flows. Where are you? We are in southeastern Pennsylvania on a stocked trout creek. Sorry about that. Stocked trout creek. And right now we're sitting and watching a power bait rod as I eat lunch, and we're about to move to a spot that I think it's going to be a little bit better once I'm done eating. So yeah. So some lives are good, some videos are good, some shorts are good, and some are okay. That's right, Creed. That's kind of what I did with all my AP stuff in college or in high school. And my high school is pretty big and fairly affluent. We're in a fairly like good area as far as like the wealth of the people there. So our school taxes are kind of high. And our school thus offers a bunch of APs. So I was actually able to get some of my calculus courses, some of my physics courses that are actually engineering relevant out of the way too, which is why technically I'm a second year student as as my first year in college. So I was able to get a lot of stuff out of the way before I came in. Thanks, Jackson. Next element of lunch after the sandwich is Greek yogurt, mango drink. I love these Chobani things. 1.23, haven't been uploading consistently in a while. Nobody watches my lives. Work on building up some content a little bit to help me gain consistency. Yeah, you took a little bit of a hiatus for a little bit as well. I think one of the things that helps me and is a little bit different for you, and if you do it well, I think honestly you have a lot bigger chance of being big one day than I do, because people click on a Creed video and they kind of know where they're getting. They're getting fishing, and they're getting probably bass fishing, probably tournament bass fishing or tournament prep or something like that. With me, as much as I appeal to a wide audience, and I just, that's who I am. I do a bunch of stuff, and I just want to be genuine with you guys. I feel like that means that, like, I'm never going to have enough consistency for people to be like, oh, I know exactly what I'm getting on a Mission Discover video and all that. People might just like my style, but I don't think, you know, I think I have a cap on my growth. I don't know where that is. It could be 100,000 subscribers, but I feel like, you know, if you're like, okay, who's going to have a better chance of getting to 1 million, me or Creed? I'd say it's probably Creed, because it's very consistent. People know what they're getting from them. But yeah, one of the things that has helped me with my consistency is because I do so many things, I have a lot of options as far as what content I can make and what content I will make. So putting out videos consistently has been really easy because I can put out anything. But yeah, I obviously, as you guys know, watch my channel, my niche is kind of the outdoors and exploring the outdoors, which I feel like a lot of people like, trying new things, experimenting with things. But like, it's not as, for example, Creed is a fisherman. Is Creed gonna watch my flint napping video? Well, maybe, but you can't guarantee that. But if someone's a bass fisherman, they'll probably watch everything that Creed puts out. So it's a little bit of a different system that Creed uses compared to what I use. But yeah, I'm rooting for Creed as well. Creed beat me to 1,000 though. I do remember that. You got to 1,000 when I was still at like 850. Yeah, this rod's not doing anything. What you catching? Right now, nothing. We're going to move to a little bit better, or at least in theory, better spot. I'm sitting behind the camera eating some lunch. And then once I'm done, we're going to get up, get in the truck, and move down the road a little bit. So we got a rod in, sitting there with some power bait, but I don't have high hopes for it. We're just, oh, I don't know what that was. That looked kind of fishy. Recast. We might in a moment. Still just finishing up my lunch. I'm mostly just eating with a rod in the water. I'm not really fishing, so. Really trying to focus on tournament stuff. Basically become as good of a bass angler as I can. Yeah, and I mean, it's obvious that that's what you're doing. Like, people have to understand, no matter what, whether it's a super specific niche or a more broad thing like what I'm doing, people have to be aware of what they're clicking on. If, you know, if it's like a personal vlog channel, then it can be that. And you can do, like, I know people, I watch a guy called Tim Connors, and he does 90% archery videos, but it's just called his channel. And like, sometimes he goes out and does other stuff. And because it's about him, and he really likes archery, but that's not all he does. Me, there are things I do, but I'm always exploring and experimenting in the outdoors, which is why I have such a wide range of things I do. Creed is much more specific, and it's a formula that has worked well for many people. Don't film it all that often. When I do, turn it into a short. There you go. Yeah. Eating a couple grapes, and then I've got some goldfish. I'm not gonna eat all those, but I'll eat a couple and then we'll move. All right. Couple goldfish, reel in that rod, see if something grabs it and is maybe just sitting still. I have had that happen before. So. Let me go see this. Yep, that's what I thought. Nothing. Whoa, wind. Yeah. Sorry about the wind, y'all. Grab a couple more goldfish, then we're moving. Smaller hook. I don't know what you mean by that. That's definitely the correct size hook for that bait. With the power bait balls, or with if you have the dough, I'll say you want a hook small enough that you can put it in it. With the eggs, you want a hook that protrudes a little bit because it will not come out. I've learned that by experience. So you do need a little bit larger hook than you would with most baits that size because you actually need it to come out. So keep that in mind. I like the eggs a lot better than the dough because it actually stays on. But yet again, that is why it's firm enough. You have to use a larger hook. Mo, not sure why that's relevant. Okay, Creed, can you have a timeout here? I know you're on that. That's why we have, for anyone who ever asks, what does the little shield mean? All it is it's someone I know well enough that if I ask them to give someone a timeout, they will. And I gave them that authority. So, thanks, Creed. There's nothing all that special about the moderator status other than you get to discipline people. Frankly. All right. Oh, rod's in front of the camera. All right. Walk back up to the truck. Move to the next spot. We'll see what we can do. This creek, man. I've had up and down results with this creek. I've been coming out here for college since September. Yeah, September of 25. Pretty consistently. And had some really good smallmouth and rock bass fishing in the late summer, but there's a section upstream a ways that has fall trout stocking, and I only went there once, but did not have good luck. Haven't had luck today. We'll see if it turns around, but I've had very mixed results with this creek. This is a heck of a hill. Truck's right there. When we get to the truck, I'll turn around and show you the hill. All right, here's my truck. All right, there's the creek down that hill. It's a ways. can someone explain to me why out of anything on earth I need to do everything about flatworms in biology? I don't know, man. It depends on what you want to do. Some people that is important to you. Just not you. Clearly. Hold on here. What the heck am I doing? Bear with me, all, as I get us into the vehicle. Alright, y'all, we're back. I hit a button as we were getting into the vehicle. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's do that. Cool, cool. All right. Uh-huh. Leave this parking lot and then go to the other parking lot down the road. Should be like a 2-minute jaunt down the road. All right. You can see the creek is right there. The creek. We're just going to continue on down here a ways. I'm not going to read anything for a moment. We'll be at the creek in just a second. It's not worth the safety risk to try and read stuff. I have tried to fish here once with minimal success. There's somebody fishing right there. Okay. But yeah, we will see what we can do. Get into that spot. Seems like that's a yes. Scooch a little bit. Okay, perfect. Alright. My truck has suicide doors like that. My buddy wishes his doors were like that because of how easy it makes everything to get to. It can make it easy, but it can also make... I actually do drive other people around a lot, enough that I have people in the back seat. So it can be a little annoying when there's people back there, but for stuff, it's great. For people, not so much. So you got to pick and choose your battles. All right. Yes. Okay, let's get out here. There are people fishing right there. What that means, I don't know. But we'll probably follow the people because I'm not super familiar with this stretch of creek, and it's stocked trout, meaning the people follow the stocking areas, and then I can follow the people. Oh, all right. Oh, I need my bag. Okay. I don't have enough people to drive around for that to be an issue. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't. But I frequently will drive 4, including myself, 4 people around, sometimes even 5. So that is something I got to consider. Dowler Outdoors says hello. How's it going? Restring this rod, and I'll tie something on real quick. Right, get ourselves a lure on there, rocking so that we can rock and roll here. We got every rod rigged up once we get this one in business. Gonna head out for a little bit. I got some stuff to get done. Should be able to hop back in. Not a problem, Creed. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Okay. 18 people in here, 40 thumbs up. Thank you guys. We're exploring newer to me trout waters. We're out by my campus. I haven't fished this spot. I think I've only fished here once. So this is kind of new water. We're trying to figure it out. Oh, we got that. That might not be a bad move. We'll go with that. Alright, we'll do that for now. Vincent, or Vincenzo, I think that's it. Sometimes usernames are so like crowded, if you know what I mean, that I can't tell exactly what it says at a glance. There's too many letters and too little space. Alright, I can roll with that. Alright, rock and roll here. That water's pretty fast. Hold on. Got this hanging off of me. There we go. All right, now we're good. I'm gonna keep on walking. Stream access. And this looks nice and slow. Give it a shot here. Looks like a very readily accessible spot, which means probably fishable, but there's stock trout in early season, so that's kind of what we're gonna get everywhere. Looking around, y'all. I'm gonna put you guys in the water right here. I'm breaking off lures at an alarming rate today. walking around, y'all. Take a look at some other spots. Man, this creek's really weird. I know a couple creeks that slow down partway through the opening weekend, but Monday morning, like it is right now, they usually pick back up. So, kind of weird. Maybe we just have to find them. Walk down to the bridge. Try there. Switching hands. Eight people in here, 41 thumbs up. Thanks for hanging with me as I try and figure out this creek, y'all. Seems to be a bit of an odd one. Seems like we got some cars parked over here who are probably fishing down under the same bridge we're going to. Here is the covered bridge. You got a couple of people fishing down there. Walk down these stairs. How's it going? Not great. Oh, there was a trout jump. So they're in here. Just saw one jump. I have not heard of a single person catching a fish yet today. And I have got 0 bites thus far. But we're going to see if we can turn it around. This wind is detrimental to the program here. I'm going to turn this way, cast upstream a bit. That'll be trout magnet number 5 I've lost today. What the heck? Hold on, y'all. We gotta get the battery plugged in. The wind is killing right now. Killing our hopes and dreams of catching fish. Oh my gosh. This is the 5th trout magnet I will lose today. Back to the spinner. This creek might just suck. We had a trout jump right there. We'll cast right there, but I don't know what to think of this. rock. Rough day, rough day. Catching any yet? No, I haven't seen a single person catch one all day, Creed. We're at a brand new spot. I'm seeing some jump. Nobody's caught a thing. No, I haven't seen anybody on the whole creek catch any yet today.
Really?
Yeah, you caught any?
I just got here, but I hammered them in here yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Using?
Mostly working.
Gotcha. Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard of anybody, and I've talked to probably 6, 8 people. Haven't seen anybody catch anything yet today. Alright, we'll rig up this other rod again. The wind is gone, so we might actually have a chance with this bait now. Get it re-rigged. Right at the shore. There's one that keeps jumping over here, but he seems pretty good, but so this guy down the way is using what I literally just was using. He says he was hammering them on him yesterday. The one I broke off, so we're going to tie that back on. Now that the wind's gone. The wind was just making it impossible to cast that thing because it didn't weigh anything. That was the biggest problem. I have more confidence in that than I do in anything else. So we'll see. On break at work, but I have to drop my like. Have a great day, brother. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I had to take a break, work on my mental health for a bit. Absolutely. No, well that would help. All right, I'm gonna get back in there with this.
That was a big brown mess.
Was it? You using a like flatworm style thing? Yeah, that's what I was using. Was, like I started casting in here, and the wind was ripping through. I couldn't get it to go anywhere, so it just kept drifting, and I couldn't get it to stay put. Yeah, that's when we were casting properly. I actually just upsized. My last one, I couldn't get it to, it was drifting too much. I was using 64 thefts, now I'm using 37. Right on top of that rock that's in the middle. I can't get it to not snag. It's too shallow in here. I'm snagging no matter where I put it. This is ridiculous, people. I can't get it to not snag. All right, gonna use something with a little bit more buoyancy. Try and keep it up off the bottom and just go a little quicker. It only happens when there's wind, because if I'm casting parallel or down, I keep it off the bottom. If I'm casting up, it puts a bow in it, and I'm not in contact with the wave of the water, so I'm not actually keeping it off the bottom. I was meaning to go out yesterday or over the weekend. Well, yeah, I haven't seen any fish landing. So I've seen a couple like exist. I just actually haven't seen anybody put one on the bank. That's what matters. Yep. I'm big into all fishing. Not a big trout fisherman. Catfishing? I do catfishing, yeah. Any type of catfish. Big flatties, channels. I mean, there's anywhere you can find a deep pocket with cover on the Google, which is a lot of big places. There's big ones. I mean, trust me, I caught how many species of fish? 120, no, 133. I fish for all different types of fish. Yeah, I know a guy who's caught a couple. No. I can't believe this is like the sixth one I've lost. Unfortunately, I can't, if there's wind, I can't keep it off the bottom today. It's ridiculous.
Limestone Springs. I buy my trout there.
It's unusual that the third day of the season has this much of a lull, but I was just thinking it's unusual that the third day of the season has a lull. Usually partway through opening day, they just get slammed so much that they shut down and then they pick back up and leave. Yeah. Lost your rig? Yeah, I lost a couple of them today. If I'm fishing upstream, like I'm casting upwards of where I'm standing, and the wind blows, I get a lot of slack in my line, and I can't seem to keep it off the bottom unless I'm tight. So, it's been a struggle because the wind has been ripping a little bit today. I've lost a bunch of rigs. But yeah, we're just throwing a little jig with a trout worm. That's what we've been throwing all day. A couple different colors, pink, orange, this yellow one. I'm throwing a bunch of different stuff, but yeah, it hasn't been working out much. We're gonna jig it real fast. Like, I just don't want to get it on the bottom, and they don't typically respond super well to super fast jigging. But you know, that's kind of the option I have. I don't know if there's something wacky going on, and like I feel like I have tension in the line or not. If any time the wind blows, as I'm like parallel to me, I get snapped. Alright, so I'm going to be done with that for now because it's doing nothing but getting me snagged in the wind. I can do nothing but get snagged. So we're going to throw this instead. Just do something a little different.
No, you're good. I didn't realize I was fixing that far.
Against probably my better judgment, I'm going to put a little bit of weight on. Catch anything yet? No, and neither has anybody. So, nobody on the whole creek that I've seen has landed a fish. We got a couple bites. The guy fishing next to me has gotten a bite, but nobody has caught a fish. Put a little bit of weight on and jig it.
That thing run you that street today?
The tripod?
Yeah.
Like, $20 or so? Yeah. Yeah. I have a GoPro that I filmed videos with when I'm not screening. That sucks actually fighting. Yeah, I like the GoPro for that. But, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got a kayak camping video from late summer that I'm working on, almost done. GoPro works real well on the kayak. But it definitely takes a little getting used to. You have to do it for a while before you're used to the system. You film stuff and you just do it for personal reasons and all that? Fair enough.
catch anything yet? Unfortunately not. I mean, the whole creek has been pretty slow. People all up and down have been saying they're not catching much, but I'm probably going to work my way back downstream to where the truck is here momentarily. See if we can get something, see if we can catch ourselves a buzzer beater. But, I mean, some days are just like that, man. Nobody's catching much. I have limited time. I don't feel too bad about not catching fish. I mean, I always do want to catch some, but hey, if we can't make it happen, at least we're not alone. All right, man. Good talking to you. I'm gonna work my way back towards the vehicle. Hopefully, you're able to get one. I'm gonna walk the creek on the way back. If we see any good spots, we'll stop. But I mean, I'm seeing lots of good looking spots that don't seem to have willing fish participants. Walking the creek. Snag. Finding much luck? Huh?
I just got here.
Gotcha. There you go. Any luck since I left? Unfortunately not. That seems to be the theme amongst every angler on the creek. I have yet to hear of anybody catching anything. There's another dude down here, so he was down here when I was fishing down here last. So we might be able to check in with him. Otherwise, we'll go. I think I've talked to like 7 people, including myself. Nobody's got a thing. Yeah, definitely a tough day out there. One more spot. Ow, that hurt. Laptop for biology. Oh boy. Any luck today? One? Okay. You're the only person I've heard catch anything really today.
Yeah, you know where like Reaver's Bridge is?
Yeah.
And stuff? They're hitting up there pretty good.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Alright, so he caught his fish much further upstream. We'll give this hole right here a shot. But seems as though this is not the productive zone. What's your day-to-day schedule like every week in college, if you don't mind me asking? So this semester has been kind of weird because I come in at 9 every day, and then every day except for Friday, which a lot of days I don't end up even having any class on Friday. Some days I have one class at 9 to 10, and then the rest of the day is free. So all the rest of the days I come in for a class, and then I either have one or two classes and then a gigantic break, and then some more stuff at the end of the day. So I'm out here for really long days, but only part of it's classes. So like today, I had a class from 9 to 10, and then my next class starts at 1:25. What I might do is shut down the live here momentarily, check on what we're doing in that class, because that class can be kind of a drag at times. And depending on what's going on, I might stay out a little into that class, because it's a 3-hour long class, and we really only need to be there for like 2 hours. So depending on what's going on, I might make the decision to stay out a little bit longer. We're back at the truck. Here's what we're gonna do. All right. Alright, here's what we're going to do, y'all. We are going to cut the live. Highly likely that I don't pop back up, but there is a chance that I decide to pop back up and go upstream to Reber's Bridge, where that guy was talking about. Not sure, but I'm going to look into it, look into what my class schedule looks like for today, so on and so forth. Thank you guys for watching. Not too happy about the results of today. Nobody in this stretch of creek that I fished today catching anything. The one guy who caught something caught stuff way upstream. So that's good information, but I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. Sorry. I'm going to close down the live, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Slight, tiny probability that I'll pop up later, but don't count on it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging with me as I sit here and not catch anything. It was a rough day for pretty much everybody in this stretch of creek. Talked to like 8 people. Only guy who caught stuff was way upstream. So I'm not alone, but man, it's not a fun day when you're out there not catching anything. All right, thanks, Creed. All right, everyone, have a good one if I don't see you later. Adios.